Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the DX9 D21 Red Storm, their version of a masterpiece Sideswipe. You can see him there in front of his box. Go ahead and put him off the side real quick. And look at said box, which, yeah, you could right up front see kind of, wait, what? Because, yeah, you got the DX9 Toys G21. You got a nice picture of there and kind of a really JPEG artifacted picture of some tree and some rocks back there. And then this big old quote, Huang Shenpine, understanding the way of life indomitable. That was something that was put through Google Translate and just slapped in the box, so that's a way to do things. Anyway, on the top here, you got, you know, them really, again, kind of low-res artwork, or looks artwork, question mark, of the alt mode, Red Storm, and you got just kind of a pattern here, and on this side, you just got a pattern. On the bottom, you have Red Storm warning not for children under 3 years old, age is 15 plus, made in China, and choking hazard. And on the back, upside down, is DX9, inner dream, eternal hobby, strive to be yourself, and some kind of cool little blueprint versions of this, you know, the toy, and then image shown here, and a couple QR codes, which I believe are the instructions, because he does not come with any. He does come with the little plastic collector's card. It got, again, some artwork of him in Red Storm and D21, and on the back here you have his tech specs in the alt mode and made in China, and there you go. So, Red Storm, he is a red Lamborghini because he is Sideswipe. So, hey, yeah, getting in close here, you can see, well, yeah, he is a red Lamborghini with some, you know, some black detailing, not a whole lot, even though he shouldn't, and some blue windows, which some people are upset about because, well, blue, it's just one of those things like the fight is, because he has blue translucent headlights, which people really don't like. The back end here is completely black, which is not quite correct as well. Well, there's some taillights picked out though. He's got a hinge right here, which upsets some people, but that's for transformation. I understand why it's there. And yeah, you got these wheels, which look weird because there's a lot of tread on them, which look kind of like, off-road wheels, and also these tires. You can see these ones, you know, the rear ones spin just fine. The front ones, there's a lot of friction there. That's because of the fingers. The fingers get in the way of the rolling here, because their fingers are right. You can see, yeah, the fingers are pretty much right up against that. Yeah, right up against the tire there. Yeah. Even then, though, this one in particular, just, you know, there's like friction there. So yeah, he does roll. Yeah, you can see he does roll pretty well. Just yeah, just there's a lot of grinding there. So he will roll, but yeah, thanks to the rubber tires. But yeah, a couple other features he does have in this mode. He can, you know, headlights. You know, these headlights. There's a little tab there because they do pop up, like so. Yeah, and if I can get this. There we go. Yeah, they do pop up like that, which is pretty neat, I guess. Well, they're just kind of silver paint right there, just silver dots. The doors don't open or anything. Anything else I should mention? I'm trying to think of. That's probably about pretty much it car mode wise. The mirrors here are separate pieces in the baggie that has the collector's card in it, so there is that. None of the accessories, as far as I can tell, none of his accessories store in this mode either. He also has a fairly clean underside, although you can see arms and stuff, but yeah, none of the accessories store, so that's, yeah, pretty much your lot. It's just, you got a very red Lamborghini. There's no black back here to pick out the vents right there. There's no black here, which should be, you know, they just basically made it red because that's what it was in the cartoon. Hey, so there's that. Oh yeah, other thing, yeah, the mirrors, I didn't mention this, but yeah, the mirrors also are kind of too low. They should be a little higher. There's actually this little nub right here is actually where the mirrors should be, but they put them low because, I guess, to make the transformation work. There's a lot of weird little compromise like that in general. But yeah, comparisons. Some comparisons real quick. Also mine, I don't know what it is, but this part does not like to actually fully tab in the front. You can see there's a gap, and there's always a gap, and I can't ever seem to get that to close up, and I don't know what the heck that's about, but whatever. Comparisons, because this whole thing is like, let's be more screen accurate. Yeah, here's MP49 right here. Let's give you an idea there. MP49. Is next to one of DX9's previous Lamborghini attempts. Here's their version of Breakdown, which is, you can see, significantly larger. But yeah, that's a previous attempt to doing a Countach in Masterpiece scale. Here he is next to the official MP stun streaker. You can see, yeah, they're, you know, pretty close. There's some small differences, I think, but actually pretty close. I'm looking at that. Yeah, you can see they got things pretty close. This one's a little bit longer overall. There is definitely, you can see the windows are a bit longer, like the side windows. So they definitely made some compromises there. And of course, here is the MP12 Sideswipe, the official one, again, the original release. And again, you can see this is what I mean, you know, there's the missing a lot of the black detailing on the car mode. A lot of it. So, yeah. So that's the kind of thing which is, yeah, this is technically more accurate overall as a whole than this thing, but, so that's just something to be mindful of when you, you know, if you're going to buy this guy. So, yeah, that's the comparisons I'm doing, but yeah. Decent car mode, but it could have been better, but also that you can see why they did what they did. You know, you see cartoon accuracy, so, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get him transformed to robot mode, and we'll continue this on the other side of that. And yeah, that was the transformation. The transformation is... The weird thing about this transformation is it's simple in concept, but kind of difficult to actually do because, like, one, there's no instructions, or at least no paper instructions. Apparently the, I've heard the video instructions aren't super great. I didn't really watch those. And, yeah, it's just a lot of the parts fight you, and there's a lot of scariness. Like, that initial tab, where it's like that initial thing where you're basically pulling up most of the roof of the car. It's kind of scary because there's thin, translucent plastic there. And it's like, oh god, this is going to snap. You can feel it just every single time you pull it up. You can just it's a lot of pressure. It's like, I haven't really found a good way to do it without, you know, feeling like it's gonna just break, unfortunately. But again, it's simple enough that maybe it's not so going to be too bad in the long. I don't know. But as a whole, though. Getting in close on this robot. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Getting close on the robot. You can see it's got a pretty sideswipey face. He's got almost kind of looks almost like a smirk on his. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a smirk or if it's just that's a paint splotch. It doesn't have a smirk. It's a paint splotch. It's the shadow, and the shadows are resting with me. Yeah, it's got a sideswipey head, and maybe it's the head shape's not quite right from the side, but it looks decent enough. It does that thing, the trick of compressing down the chest to make it more like the cartoon, which is great. He's got the weird curved shoulder thing. He's got that thing where it's because this happened in the cartoon. He has got this kind of different shades here, which is kind of purplish. The arms are, and this is white, so it's like it's weird. It looks kind of purple. I'm not sure if it's that one of those weird things, those color tricks or what, but yeah, generally you got the the black there, the white there, the little bits of silver. He's got die-cast toes, which is kind of supposed to look like the silver feet, but it looks kind of weird, particularly with the white back here. Back cleans up really nicely. This is kind of weird because this is actually upside down. The spoiler is actually supposed to, this is supposed to be the other way around. These parts are supposed to be the other way around, and the spoiler's supposed to be down here. And well, they're not. It's not there. But the way they made it transform, that's just how they kind of broke down. But posability-wise, he's decent, but there's definitely a couple things. The head is on a ball joint, so you got left and right. You got up and down. You do have waggle. It's also kind of weirdly stiff on mine. I'll probably break in over time. Shoulders can do a full 360 there. You got outward right there, although it's kind of limited. Although you have to do some weird finagling. You have to like clear. You have to like use this inner hinge on the shoulder. You have to push it down past this part, and then you bring it out, and it's fine. Because if you try to do this, it gets stuck, right? So it's like, oh no, there's only so much range. Then you can bring it down and then up, and it's fine. So just be aware of that. You do have a bicep swivel. It's kind of weirdly offset. You can see that it's kind of weirdly offset. I'm not sure I like that. Wow, elbows got a good decent amount of curl right there. The hands are weird. I don't really like how the hands look. They're kind of weird, long, kind of not right hands in my opinion. It does have a swivel right here. You do have a hinge to make part transformation. So that's nice. Although it only goes inward, so no stop things. The ball joint for the thumb right there, so he's got, that and twist and, inward. There's one hinge right here on the thumb as well. And then the fingers. Fingers are all one unit. There's a single hinge right here, and then there's another hinge right there. So I guess you can kind of sort of do some stuff, but it's really hard to make the hands look good. I mean, I can't make a decent fist out of them. It's just, no matter what, it feels like it's just not going well, Is it like, no matter what I do, it just feels like it doesn't look right. The fists never look good, and I can't. It's like it sucks too because the way it transforms too. There's really no way you can make the replace the fist without basically compromise the transformation. So that kind of stinks. I don't know what it is, but mine has these weird lines on here. I thought that was cracked for a second, but I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, there is a waist swivel unhindered. There is an ab crunch, quite a big ab crunch too. Hips, these hip skirts get out of the way right there. These kind of got out of the way as well, and the whole plate on the back is one giant piece. So you got forward that far, you got back that far. Outward is that far. You do have a very tight thigh swivel. Knees can bend a little over 90 degrees, not a whole lot. You also have this because of the transformation. There's this, and I wish it locked in better. I'm sitting here wondering, is there like a compression or anything I can do? No, not really. It doesn't seem like it. I just wish these locked in better because I wish it just and they lock in because otherwise it's really easy to do that and this just looks weird. Down here at the feet. These feet are a little frustrating because you got an ankle tilt, but the way it's sculpted, you can see. Yeah, this is always sticking out. So the ankle tilt's almost useless. It's just for aesthetic. It's just for looks. It doesn't, it doesn't actually sit, it doesn't actually sit on anything. It's just, yeah. So it's weird. You got this toe can swivel as well. And on top of that, on several people's copies, this little thing, there's like this rivet or something that's holding these pieces together. You can see, I'm not sure what you can see there, but it sticks out. And it's not the same. This one's not so bad. This one pretty much just doesn't do it. But this one, the rivet sticks out. It seems to be also a common issue, which is a little frustrating. It's like, what the heck? So yeah, its posability is pretty much there. It's just the feet are weird, and I don't like that. I don't like the fact the knees are just kind of, they didn't go sideways so easily, and I don't like the feet, and the hands just kind of suck. So yeah, the other thing was, oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. You can't see it now, but there, unfortunately, when I was transforming, I noticed I'm starting to get some paint scuffing on, particularly on the car doors. I didn't mention, I don't think I mentioned that in the alt mode, but yeah, there's some paint chipping now in the alt mode, unfortunately. So, oh well. Seems to be a side effect of trying to transform it. Of course, he does come with several accessories, namely, you look at shoulder cannon, which he can hold, and well, the funny thing is when this compresses is that you have to I have to do that because otherwise you can hold it. But here's the weird thing: he's got this gun, and he's also got his rifle, right? And they did something that really bothers me, which is they molded so there's only a tab on one side of the gun. This one's got it on the right side. This one's got it on the left side. So if you want him to have his shoulder cannon on and him holding his rifle, they want you to put the rifle only in the right hand, which just frustrates me because I like to make my figures left-handed. I know that's not a common problem for a lot of people, but for me, it's like, great. He only holds it well in his right hand, and there's nothing I can do about that. That sucks. In my opinion, I don't like that. Why? That's just frustrating. It's just a pointless, that's like an unforced error, guys. So now So yeah, if I wanted to hold, you know, solid at this left hand, you have to put the cannon in there, which you could do just fine. But I don't want the cannon in his hand. I want the cannon on the shoulder like it's supposed to. Because, yeah, you can see there's a little peg on each side, and there's a little hole in that, and just, you know, figure it out. You know, just what you do is you just peg it in. I think what you're supposed to do is actually get it inside there and then peg it in, but... Yeah, and on top of that, putting into the right shoulder, you have the, annoyingly, the tab gets in the way as well on the right shoulder. So I'm like, this like, okay, so I guess it's kind of neat. You try to make it so like it can peg in or tab into his hands, but like, I'm like, I want the thing. I don't want it. You know, this, you know what I mean? I'm just like, what is this? Why'd you do it like this? Because it's much more secure on this shoulder, which is fine, I guess, except I'm just like, I want it on the right shoulder securely, and it's not going to go there very securely. That's really frustrating for me, because it's supposed to go on the right shoulder. It's like, unforced error, guys. Good job. It is extra galling, because he has the other accessories. He has 2 hammers, and they have tabs on both sides. Why? I know it sounds like I'm whining, but what the heck, DX9? Get your crap together. It's better than, I guess, some of the previous releases, which had no tabs, period, but these have 2 tabs. So you can hold them both either hand. Same with the other one. But the gun, no, it has to be the right hand. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool. It comes with the hammers, and, like, you know, you can hold them, but it looks weird because his hands are weird, because the thumb can't wrap around this thing. It's a very thick handle, so the thumb can't wrap around it properly, so just look at that. It looks weird. No matter how you look at it, it just winds up looking weird, and it's like there's not really much you can do about that. It's just like, okay. There's also, this can extend, so you can have a big hammer, and that just came out. But there's also the other thing, which is on both sides, the front and back of the hammer can come off, because he's had those pile drivers in the show, and you're gonna just pop the hand off, and then, you know, peg the little pile driver on. You know, you either got the square one or you got the wedge one. And, you know, the same thing, just, you know, pop that off and pop it back on. You know, both hammers are like that, and now you have a stick, I guess. You can also make the hammer, so, you know, if you want, you can also, you know, make a hammer that looks like this, if you want. And you can also, I guess, kind of make a sort of a pickaxe looking thing, you know. So this part's pretty cool, but it's just so frustrating, because, like, why these have 2 tabs and the gun only has 1 tab? It just upsets me. But yeah, you can do that if you want. That's pretty neat. Yeah, so yeah, it's just got little frustrations. But he does look more show accurate because of the narrow chest. I did that little clever thing. It's actually, you know, a good chunk of the hood is actually on the plate his head's on and everything. That's pretty cool. And it compresses down, the squares there, and yeah, that's where you put an Autobot symbol, and that would hide it away, so there's no Autobot symbol in the alt mode, which, you know, some people want the Autobot symbol on the alt mode because, well, yeah, but I'm just like, I don't mind that personally, but it just actually looks pretty anime accurate. So yeah, that's I kind of got this on I was thinking, debating, screw it, you know, I'm going ahead and get it. But yeah, again, some comparisons. It's MP49, because, yep, I'm just getting an idea there. Just a little bit farther back. There we go. MP49 there. Give an idea of that. Oh, by the way, MP12's jetpack's not compatible with this guy. Here's an official Masterpiece Sunstreaker, which, yeah, he's taller than him, but I think that's supposed to be the case. I think Sideswipe is supposed to be taller than Sunstreaker. I'm not sure, though, but it's not much taller, but, you know, I guess, again, I have that whole thing, like, I can't remember which, I think Sideswipe's supposed to be the younger brother, so is that infuriating to think the younger one becomes taller than the older one? Infuriating for the older sibling. Yeah. Here's here's DX9's previous Masterpiece Lamborghini again. Here's their breakdown Montana, who's way taller again because the alt mode's bigger because they had because the whole thing of how tall is Stunticon supposed to be. Good question. And of course, finally, here it is with the official MP Sideswipe, which, yeah, this is a fun figure. Don't get me wrong. I still like this figure a lot, but it does have, you know, the whole thing, like, nowadays, particularly with a lot of people's more, you know, anime accurate just collections, this is starting to show its age. And, you know, Bad Cube did a pretty valiant attempt before, and I never got it. I thought about it, but I never got it. And, yeah, So yeah, it's very, and of course he's got the whole problem with his, it's just his gun doesn't tab anywhere with crap. But yeah, you can see, yeah, this kind of does the thing that it does the magic of, hey, look, the chest compresses down. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get an MP red alert, and I'm going to get because I like this mold, so I'm going to get an official MP red alert. I'm going to keep this one, and that way I have both. Yeah. That's just kind of generally how it is. So, yeah, so the DX9 Red Storm here, the cool thing about it is, yeah, it's more aim accurate. The transformation is, again, simple in concept, difficult in execution. But once you've kind of learned it, it's a little easier. But it's one part, particularly untabbing the roof, never becomes not scary. The alt mode is, it looks mostly like, it pretty mostly looks like a Lamborghini. It's got some weird things. Again, the weird kind of almost looks like off-road rubber tires. They almost look like off-road, and just like general lack of paint detail. The robot mode almost nails it. The head may be a little weird. The hands are definitely weird, and I don't like the knees or the feet. And also mine has weird little lines on the headlights. I'm not sure about that. And of course, some people don't really like, some people really do not like the blue headlights. And also mine on this one, the one of the headlights keeps popping off, which is really annoying. I just randomly just ping, and so there it goes. But yeah, he kind of, you know, the mission was make it more like that cartoon, and they succeeded. And for me also personally, the frustration of the tabbing on the gun handles is like, why did you only make it one-sided? Why is the shoulder cannon even have a tab at all? And yeah, so he's got a couple minor QC issues. He's got a couple minor design issues, but the good news is, well, for me anyway, he was $85. He's pretty much $85, sub 100, which that's not a bad price for an MP car bot. But that also might kind of charge, it might cost you more now because of general stupidity in certain places. In certain houses, shall we say. So it might cost you closer to like $100-something now because of tariffs. Yay. But it's pretty good value. It's pretty decent value. It's not the best. There might be all those little things might add up and make you just go, okay, yeah, I don't want that, which is understandable. But if they don't bother you that much, you might want to consider picking this guy up. Apparently, most places are kind of sold out of him right now, but there is a second batch coming, which is apparently like for March or something, I believe. Shoji is confirmed there'll be a second batch, but yeah, from like, you know, any Chinese retailer like Shoji and whatnot, it's about going to be cost you about $80, $85, which is a pretty good price for something like this. It does have its problems. Maybe the second batch will address some of those. I don't know, but there's definitely a couple issues, and you just might want to be mindful of before you jump in on this guy. Particularly if you already have, like, say, the official MP or the bad cube version, you might want to, you know, weigh that in. That might weigh in on your choice as well. But if you don't already have an MP Sideswipe, yeah. This will not be a bad idea. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my social media. It's down in the description and at the end of the video. And check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.